In this video, I will share my unfiltered and honest thoughts about my 1 month stay in the beautiful city of Agadir, Morocco, from the stunning beaches, which you have seen in previous videos, also to the vibrant culture that I've seen in Agadir. So let's get into it. Let's start off with the beaches. You have to check out my video called Agadir, Morocco, Hidden Paradise of Beaches, because most travelers, most tourists may not know that the country of Morocco is along the coastline. Therefore, there are beaches in Morocco. And in Agadir, I visited one of the beaches, and you see not a lot of people there, meaning tourists. So this is a good place if you like myself and like non-touristy type of atmospheres, meaning that it's not a lot of tourists at the beach. You will like Agadir. It's long stretches of golden sand, and you just got to check it out for yourself. It's like a paradise, in my opinion, because as I mentioned in that previous video, it's not a lot of tourists. And I spent countless hours just relaxing, walking around, and just soaking up the sun. So, again, the beaches, you got to check them out. And it's not just in the city of Agadir, it's also other cities in the country of Morocco that have beaches that you need to check out for yourself. Next, or number two, would be the Moroccan foods, from the fruit to the vegetables to all the different Moroccan dishes that you'll find in Agadir and all over Morocco. The culinary adventure is endless. From the couscous to all the different types of fruits, my favorite is pomegranate, to all the different types of sauces that you will find. Just in general, all the flavors, all the spices, and all the aromas you will encounter once you visit Morocco. You'll find that everything you eat is just great. So you got to check out the food once you visit Morocco. And yes, it's a Muslim country. Therefore, that means that all the foods served in restaurants in Morocco is halal, which, there's few exceptions. Like if you go to like a McDonald's or KFC, it's crap food no matter where you go. But those foods, of course, is not going to be halal, of course, because it's just for tourists. It's a tourist establishment. But you're going to avoid that, and you're just going to get into the Moroccan dishes, the Moroccan foods, from the vegetables and fruits. You'll find that delightful. Next, number three would be exploring the souks. And why I say exploring the souks is because it will be something different. It's a different experience if you come from a different country to visit one of the souks, because once you get inside, you will notice it's considered like a Walmart or Target, what we use in the US, but for Moroccans. So you will find everything you would need inside these souks, from foods to different spices. You can buy electronics, you can buy new clothes, you can buy secondhand clothes, and all these things you can negotiate with the vendors, and that's the best thing. And once you visit, once you walk inside, you're going to notice the vibrant colors, and you're going to notice all the different smells you get from, all the exotic scents, and like I said, the different foods. So it's like a shopper's utopia. Next will be cultural experiences. You need to build up your cultural experiences when you travel into any country, and you need to participate in traditional Moroccan activities while you're here in Morocco, no matter what city you're in. There's beaches here you could visit. There's tours that you can reserve to immerse yourself in the Moroccan culture. And these experiences gave me a deeper understanding of the local way of life here in Morocco. Also, thanks to my friend who's Moroccan, who gave me a more deeper understanding of different things that go on here in Morocco. Next would be the people. You have to interact with the local people here in Agadir. They're some of the most friendliest people. They're knowledgeable of anything you may have to ask. And also, they show a lot of hospitality. And if you can, what I always do is just try to make friends before you actually come here. It'll make it that much easier of a trip for yourself, because you'll gain knowledge of what's going on currently in that city. Also, you'll build a bond with that person so that when you do visit, it's like you know the person for like years. Like for my example, the person I knew I knew her since the pandemic started. So that's a lot of years to actually know someone, communicate with someone through social media, also some video as well. But when I came here to Agadir, it felt like I had a lot of knowledge of the city. Therefore, when I went out to venture off to different types of tours, I already kind of knew a little bit of what the tour guide was explaining to me about different sites that he was pointing to or giving me history of, because I had done my homework, and also I had a friend that already lives here in Agadir, Morocco. And you can do this various ways. If you have a laptop, or if in your hand or your pocket or your purse you have a cell phone, there's different sites you can use. Instagram, Twitter, what else there? Even through YouTube. There's dating sites. There's different avenues you can choose to actually meet someone that's already here, so that when you do choose to come to this country or to whatever city in that country you choose to go to, that is your tour guide. That person can show you around, can tell you different things that's going on, and it will be more easier for you versus coming to a city and you don't know anyone and you're only here for like maybe a week. Therefore, you got to rely on your tour guide. You have to rely on your taxi cab driver, whether or not they're going to try to scam you or charge you a little more, because you're going blindfolded into a city and you really don't know what's going on. You can do that also. I've done that in the past when I first started my travel journeys. And after knowing what had happened, I felt kind of cheated. And the reason I felt cheated is because after I made friends, I realized that the taxi ride to that specific airport, I was being overcharged. I was being overcharged for vendors selling shirts at the beach. Maybe I get, charged a little extra money. Or maybe just going, back to the airport, the driver takes a scenic route just to gain a little bit more money, more time, more money. So knowing someone in a specific city before you visit, I think, is valuable. Next, my honest opinion or review of challenges, because there is no place outside of your own country that you will visit without its challenges. There will be moments that you might encounter some cultural differences, of course, and language barriers, but these experiences also add to the richness of your journey, especially with mine. There's some people here in Agadir, they don't know English, so you will encounter that. So if you don't know Arabic or French, you will have a challenge. And last is my outro or my final thoughts of visiting Agadir, Morocco. I think if you have not visited any African country as of yet, especially if you're American living on the east coast of the U.S., it's not a long trip to just travel across the Atlantic Ocean to visit Morocco. So choose any city and just visit Morocco because of the proximity. It's not a long duration to travel from the east coast of the U.S. to Morocco. Also, within my closing remarks or outro, is that if you're trying to decide on visiting a Muslim country, I would choose, in my opinion, Morocco over any other Muslim country. Just do your own research of different Muslim countries, the laws, and just different things that you may find interesting, and you make your own decision. But I think Morocco was the best choice for me. Now, this is my first Muslim country, and I had a ball. And I'm pretty sure if you choose to visit Agadir or any other city in the country of Morocco, you will also. Now, my feelings towards visiting my first Muslim country might change, because in the future I do plan to visit Malaysia. And Malaysia is also a Muslim country, but it's a Muslim country in the continent of Asia. So I'm just referring to Africa right now, the continent of Africa. In my opinion, I feel that I made the right choice of visiting here first. But once I do make that decision to visit Malaysia, I think it will be a good idea to have a video of comparing the two different Muslim countries and seeing which one I like the best out the two. So stay tuned for that for a future video. Thanks for joining me on this adventure in Agadir, Morocco. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, just so that you can see more travel stories and my adventures around the world. Actually, when I was here in Agadir, Morocco, it was only for 2 weeks, and I extended that, and I'm glad I did. Only thing I do kind of regret is I didn't get a chance to actually venture further away from Agadir, but it's okay because I now have a good feeling about the whereabouts here in the city of Agadir. And if you tuned in late, go back and check some of the previous videos here in Agadir, Morocco. And now it's like full circle. I'm back to the airport. I'm about to make my departure, which means that the next video you shall see, I'll be in a different country. Stay tuned in to see which country. But until then, peace out.